So, Alex, just tell us how much you enjoy it.
He's like me, I like too, you know. He's my best friend, you know. Because sometimes he's out there, he's in the here. I call him, he's come for see in the door, you know.
Yeah.
We all dream of having really good horses, and I've been lucky to have some terrific horses over the years. But you don't expect to have maybe one of the greats come through your hands.
And the achievement of the Guineas Derby double. When did it dawn on you that...
Sure, it's a hard thing to do, isn't it? We were delighted with that, obviously. A Guineas Derby winner is a rarity.
I still think the Derby was, you know...
I thought the Derby was spectacular, you know, the way he just coasted around and, you know, waltzed down the hill into the straight, down the straight, you know, just lobbing along there now, just waiting to go and win, you know. It was a terrific sight, I thought.
Now you're heading to the Arc. How significant is this race for a horse who's already done what he's done?
It's a difficult race to win, particularly horses who have gone through the year winning all the big races and have had a pretty full season. They've been the ones that have found it hardest to win the Arc. Not many can do it. Middle Reef and Dancing Brave stand out for that reason.
Already comparing him, some people favourably, to Dancing Brave. You're talking about the greats, you're going Mill Reef, Nijinsky, Seabird, and now they're saying See the Stars. Do you think that's a fair comparison?
Well, it's nice to have them up there, you know, they're all my equine heroes, so I'm not going to put him above them. But it's nice that he's just up there with them.
You were telling me earlier about the moment that Mick sort of said to you, he's one of the greats. When was that?
Just when he just got down off him in the winner's enclosure at Epsom. Before he kind of said anything, he just whispered to me, "This is one of the greats." And that was...
Well, thank you.
I don't know why I did that.
That's all right.
Yeah.
No worries.
Ocean's Minstrel on the right, Finjan between the pair, then Ganaras further left in his Ugbar from Master Craftsman, Rip Van Winkle in the dark blue jacket, See the Stars on the right, chased by Lord Shannakill, Cityscape, Delegator patiently ridden, then Ashram, Pure Poetry, monitor closely, See the Stars away to the extreme right now, beginning to come with a bit of a run. As they head down inside the last 2.5 furlongs, an open-looking race, Evasive just spearheads them. See the Stars now charging on the right. Delegator is unleashed on the left by Spencer. These three battling on from Master Craftsman, Ganaras and Rip Van Winkle. They race towards the final furlong. Delegator and See the Stars. Evasive is third, then Ganaras. Rip Van Winkle stays on well inside the final furlong. See the Stars on the near side for Mick Cannan from Delegator, and See the Stars wins a fourth Guineas for Mick Cannan. Delegator second, Rip Van Winkle and Ganaras were
off and running in the 2009 Derby, and Age of Aquarius down near the inside was one of the first away. Gone Arrows got away smartly. Golden Sword going very fast in the early stages. Kite Wood is up there as well. Further back, Fame and Glory settling about fifth from Debussy, and then Black Bear Island. But Golden Sword is the early leader. From Kite Wood up in second, then in third is Age of Aquarius. His big white face, pink cap on the outside. Gone Arrows is taken up fourth, just behind them the white jacket, followed by See the Stars. Mick Cannan settles fifth on the inner, followed by Montaf. Further back in the field then is Fame and Glory Debussy. They're followed by Rip Van Winkle, who's well back with Black Bear Island and Crowded House as they go through the first 3 furlongs. And the leader is Golden Sword by 2 lengths to Age of Aquarius. The 2 Aidan O'Brien face setters out there, blazing the trail by 4 lengths to Kitewood. Montaf is up on the outside. See the Stars, the yellow jacket. Gonaris is just behind him. They're followed by Fame and Glory Debussy, Rip Van Winkle. Then on the inside next, the pink jacket of Black Bear Island from Crowded House. And last is Master of the Horse, who's being weighted with by Richard Hughes. As they reach the highest point of the course now, 6.5 furlongs left to go in the Derby. And Golden Sword, the Chester Vase winner, is blazing the trail by 2 lengths to the Lingfield Derby trial winner, Age of Aquarius. 4 or 5 lengths away is Godolphin's Kitewood up on the outside. Mick Cannan has See the Stars in a beautiful fourth on the rail. Next is Montaf, followed then by Fame and Glory. The green jacket of Debussy, the inside. They're followed then by Gonaris, the outer in the white jacket. Then Rip Van Winkle is travelling kindly as they race downhill past the 5 in the Derby. Further back in the field, then out wider is is Crowded House, about third last in company with Black Bear Island, and also starting to make some ground now as Master of the Horse. Coming around Tattenham Corner now, and on the inside Golden Sword is the leader from in second, Age of Aquarius. They've gone 4 lengths in front of Kitewood. See the Stars is travelling very smoothly for Mick Cannan. Then behind them Fame and Glory Debussy, and further back in the field battling on then is Rip Van Winkle, and Crowded House taken to the outside. Golden Sword though is the one to catch. They race inside the 2 furlong, and it's Golden Sword clear. Here's See the Stars called on for an effort. Down the outside, Fame and Glory. It's now See the Stars who takes it up with a furlong to go. He goes a length up now, trying hard. Fame and Glory for Golden Sword and Rip Van Winkle, but See the Stars is going to win the Guineas and Derby double. Goes on to win it well. Fame and Glory is second. Tight third. Master of the Horse has finished on in company there with Rip Van Winkle and Golden Sword. A gap then to Debussy, who is further back in the field with Age of Aquarius. It's a blanket finish for the places, but no doubt about the winner. See the Stars becomes the first in 20 years to win the Guineas Derby double. See the Stars, trained by John Ox, ridden by Mick Cannan, his 3rd Derby winner. He beats Fame and Glory. It's a blanket finish for 3rd. On the inside, the blue cap of Golden Sword. In the centre is Master of the Horse, and out wider Rip Van Winkle. Leave that to the judge. A long gap Crowded House. Then Age of Aquarius, Debussy. Then follows Kitewood, and then Black Bear Island. Then we've lost one. Debussy and Jimmy Fortune have parted company. But Mick Cannan, he had an armchair ride. Once he got his position, 4th on the rails, it was poetry in motion. This horse, who has a bomb-proof temperament, he travelled beautifully throughout and has gone on to win it. First is number 12, See the Stars, ridden by Mick Cannan. Second, number 5, Fame and Glory, Shamie Heffernan. Third is number 9, Master of the Horse, Richard Hughes. 4th, 11, Rip Van Winkle, Johnny Murtagh.
2009 Coral Eclipse, and away they go. Rip Van Winkle just the last to leave the stalls. Lang Shining pressing on, Set Sail, as well as Malibu Bay. The pacemakers are 1, 2 and 3. See the Stars sits in 4th. The yellow jacket Mick Cannan. Steel Tango's out wide of Jukebox Jury, followed by Twice Over and Rip Van Winkle. Then Sema de Triomphe, and Conduit is at the rear of the field, and it's Conduit's stable companion Lang Shining in the hands of Richard Hughes that sets a pretty fast pace in the early stages, followed by one of the 2 Ballydoyle pacemakers, Set Sail in second. They've probably gone off too quickly. The others are languishing behind. Back in third is Malibu Bay, about 6 lengths off the front pair. Steel Tango is 4th, followed by the Guineas and Derby winner See the Stars in 5th place. Then Jukebox Jury towards the outside then of Rip Van Winkle in the dark blue. The pink cap of Twice Over. Sema de Triomphe is second last, and still Ryan Moore waits at the back aboard Conduit. See the Stars having gone off the 7-4 on favourite. They're into the turn already, and it's blistering fractions from Lang Shining and Set Sail. They're 5 lengths clear of Malibu Bay. Then another 5 or 6 back to Steel Tango. See the Stars on the inside then from Jukebox Jury there. The yellow jacket See the Stars, followed by Rip Van Winkle. Jimmy Fortune in the dark blue stalking the favourite. Sema de Triomphe further back. Twice Over pushed along and Conduit, and now the pacemakers are likely to come back to the field, and they're going to start stopping in front. They're inside the 3, Lang Shining, Set Sail, Malibu Bay. The principal's pulling wide sensibly. Here comes See the Stars in the hands of Mick Cannan, and he's going to have to commit pretty early here as they run down inside the 2. See the Stars chased now by Rip Van Winkle, and here's Conduit the stayer out wide under Ryan Moore unleashing his run. See the Stars will have to dig in. Rip Van Winkle, his old rival, is closing up on the Guineas and Derby winner inside the final furlong. See the Stars by half a length to Rip Van Winkle. He's beating off Rip Van Winkle. They race up to the line. See the Stars, this shining star. See the Stars wins the Eclipse. How's it going to play out? This is Master Craftsman, Christopher Shoy. Lined up. And away they go for the 2009 Juddmonte International. Master Craftsman to the outside of the dark blue jacketed George Bernard Shaw. The white cap out wide is Set Sail, and the pacemakers go on 1 and 2. Johnny Murtagh sitting ahead of Mick Cannan. See the Stars at the back of the field in these early stages. So Mick Cannan will have them all in his sights here on the odds-on favourite as they race down the back straight here at York. And it's George Bernard Shaw setting what looks to be a pretty generous pace over Set Sail in second place. 2.5 lengths back to Master Craftsman, who's up in distance today in third. And then the Guineas Derby and Eclipse winner, See the Stars, in the yellow jacket, Christopher Shaw's colours, at the back of the field, looking for this big four-timer as they race towards the far turn. And still George Bernard Shaw and Colm O'Donoghue leading over Shamie Heffernan on Set Sail. See the Stars, the 4-to-1 on favourite, about 7 lengths off the leader at the moment, but apparently travelling well, as you would hope, as they race towards the final 5 furlongs. They're on the turn in here, and See the Stars remains in last place in the hands of Mick Cannan. George Bernard Shaw and Set Sail, they've set the pace. Master Craftsman lays 2.5 lengths back in third. See the Stars is just on his heels. He's just watching Murtagh's every move here, Mick Cannan. Murtagh going for a gap between his pacemakers on Master Craftsman, who's going to take it up with about just under 3 furlongs left to travel. See the Stars comes through between them as well and is absolutely cantering. Murtagh gets to work. He says go on Master Craftsman. Can he shake off See the Stars? Mick Cannan begins to push away in second place on the Derby winner. There's a length and a half between them. They race down to the final furlong. Master Craftsman, See the Stars now challenging on the near side. The gap down to half a length. And Nick, See the Stars beginning to get up on the near side. Oh, every inch a champion and a fabulous four-timer. See the Stars wins the Juddmonte International over Master Craftsman. Miles clear of Set Sail in third and George Bernard Shaw last of the 4. It was tactical celebrations in the parade ring amongst the connections of See the Stars. This superb horse, he had to be shaken up by Mick Cannan.
For the signals given and away they bounce, and in the early stages Loch Long on the outside, Master Craftsman between them. They're followed by Set Sail, who's been bustled up to take the lead, and See the Stars is in 6th place at the moment as they race down the back straight now to complete the first furlong and a half or so, and Set Sail living up to his name and leading by 3 lengths or more to Master Craftsman, who's joined by Rockhampton, and they're followed by Grand Ducal. Behind these is Loch Long, and then comes See the Stars. Fame and Glory sitting 3 lengths off him. Casual Conquest at the back just ahead of Lord Admiral as they continue down the back straight towards the 6 furlong marker, and Rockhampton, they're going a real good gallop with Rockhampton going on now half a length up on Set Sail, 6 lengths away Master Craftsman. Grand Ducal is next, then comes Loch Long. Alongside Loch Long, See the Stars. 2.5 behind him is Fame and Glory, then Lord Admiral and Casual Conquest racing towards the 5 furlong marker, which is the halfway point, and Set Sail and Rockhampton, they remain clear from Master Craftsman. Grand Ducal, See the Stars in 5th. He's a good dozen lengths off the lead, followed by Loch Long, and behind these Fame and Glory, and then comes Lord Admiral and Casual Conquest as they leave the back straight, less than half a mile to go. Set Sail leads by 5 or 6 as Rockhampton begins to weaken. Master Craftsman is next, they're followed by Grand Ducal, moving out a bit to See the Stars. Gone up on his outside is Fame and Glory. Lord Admiral, Casual Conquest, and drop to last is Loch Long as they run to the turn. It's Set Sail from Master Craftsman. Fame and Glory has moved up. See the Stars comes after him. Then Lord Admiral on the outside, then Casual Conquest, and it's Fame and Glory who goes to the front now. From Master Craftsman on the outside is See the Stars, and they've gone away from Lord Admiral as they race with a furlong and a half to go. And See the Stars comes on the outside of Fame and Glory as they race towards the final furlong. See the Stars takes it up from Fame and Glory in second, Master Craftsman in third. The big 3 have run right away from Grand Ducal, but See the Stars, the champion he is, strides to glory in the Irish Champion Stakes and wins it.
Rode out of Carabeg stables for the last time, not knowing he was leaving behind the people whose lives he had touched and no doubt changed forever. See the Stars made the short journey from the Curragh to the Aga Khan's historic Giltown stud. This 17th century Anglo-Irish estate will nurture See the Stars as he embarks on the next chapter in an already unprecedented career. A new life as a stallion, alongside fellow ARC hero Dalakani and Carabeg graduate Azamor. For John Ox, Christopher Choi and all who shared in this remarkable story, it would be a bittersweet farewell.
This fella loves an audience. You'll see him perking up now. He just loves people looking at him. He's very happy when he's shown off. So he's 13 now, believe it.
Oh my goodness me.
His sons and daughters would have runners now, actually. His first crop of grandchildren is 3-year-old now. So you all remember him, he attended his son racing. He was training on the Coverage.The, going to bed with the Choi family. My kids saw the dam actually produced 8 winners, 8 black type performers, which is phenomenal. He won 6 Group 1s as a 3-year-old in 6 months, which
See the Stars, there he is. A huge crowd here are all eager for him to win this great prize. And there he is on his way to start there and getting a huge applause from the crowd. And there's Stasalita, Christophe Soumillon, on his way down after this remarkable comeback this weekend. So what a great race in prospect as they go to post now for the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe of 2009.
Come alive, he's come alive.
Boxing had the eloquent showman Muhammad Ali. Tennis has the grace of Roger Federer. Golf, the killer instinct of Tiger Woods. Athletics, the exuberance of Usain Bolt. And motor racing had the ruthlessness of Michael Schumacher. In racing, we have this horse, See the Stars, and this is his day. This is the day that immortality will be earned.
This is the new superstar.
See the Stars in front and is going away to win the Guineas.
Nothing looks like him or is like him. I mean, he's just so perfect.
See the Stars is going to win the Guineas and Derby double.
He's probably one of the best horses we've seen in the Arc. For the story and for the horsemen, I think See the Stars should win.
See the Stars, he looks his old ally in the eye. Rip Van Winkle can't go with him. See the Stars will see him off again.
He's one of the very best. Everybody wants See the Stars to win, but I'm going to try to spoil it for him.
See the Stars now launches his challenge on the outside. See the Stars draws alongside Master Craftsman, but See the Stars will win.
You know, he's got everything it takes. You know, if any jockey was asked what they would like to ride, I don't think they'd bypass See the Stars.
This is See the Stars, and to a man, they get to their feet here at Leopardstown and cheering a champion.
When this horse came around, I couldn't believe my luck. He's given me a new lease of life, and it's a pleasure to be around him.
And Mick Kinnan will relish every second that he has on this horse. This could be his swan song here in Europe. We expect it to be so. He could then go and run in the Breeders' Cup at Santa Anita. Now there is Stasalita, Christophe Soumillon taking over from the injured Christophe Lemaire, and we've already seen him have a winner today. He had one yesterday as well, and his bucking bronco technique, I think, being used to effect there.
She wanted to not stay in the parade there. She wanted to go, and I must admit this filly does look extremely well. The two fillies that look well was Dari Me and this filly Stasalita. They look fantastic in their coats.
Well, Aidan O'Brien has 3 runners in the race. He's going to ensure a strong pace and hopefully bring out the stamina of Fame and Glory, and Aidan is with Rishi now.
Yes. Aidan, can you just tell us how tough a task you think Fame and Glory has today against See the Stars?
He's very well, Rishi. Everything has went well. We've been very happy with him since Leopardstown. Every week has went really well, and listen, we're really looking forward to today.
And See the Stars, how good a horse do you think he is?
Absolutely, he's a great horse. Like See the Stars doesn't need me to say how good he is. Everybody knows how good he is, and listen, it's great for us all to be here to run in the race with him, and it's great to be part of the whole thing.
And just quickly tell us, who have you got with you here today? You've got some of the family to cheer on?
Sarah and Donncha are all here, so
good luck.
Thanks, Rishi.
Well, the only horse that's beaten Fame and Glory at all this season has been See the Stars, finished runner-up to him
as
twice.
I said earlier, this horse would have been a great horse if there hadn't been a See the Stars about, but he's had a fabulous year and he's done nothing wrong, you know, and when he won the Irish Derby, he looked a very, very talented colt that day.
Richard Hughes is also alongside us, who rode Yumzane in the Arc 2 years ago, just was beaten by Dylan Thomas. Richard, how do you see this race tactically? Can you see anything, maybe like Conduit, a grinder and a good Breeders' Cup winner as well as King George winner? Could you see anything coming here and giving See the Stars trouble?
Yeah, he's a good chance, but I really fancy Darragh, the filly. I don't think she's running a really true 1.5 mile race, and I think today will really suit her, and he's a good draw, which is vital in this race.
Well, we'll have a look at Darragh. We'll try and find her in a
this
second.
This horse here in picture has got a good each-way chance, because we've heard from Sir Michael Stout earlier saying that he's a better horse in the autumn. The ground will be ideal for him, and he's basically trained this horse for this race.
Just have a look at the latest market and see what price See the Stars is and the rest.
Well, any dreams I had of backing See the Stars at even money, they're not going to happen. 6-4 on in the UK, and similar sort of price here in Matote. The value horse, definitely, as far as the British horse, is Conduit, who on track here is around about 14-1, and nearly half those odds, 8-1 in the UK. And Gary, you've got another one too.
I found one. Staccolita is 9-1 on the Parimutuel and 20-1 with the English bookies at home. 20-1 Staccolita at home and only 9-1 here.
Well, just out of that caption was Darragh going into her stall there, and she's about 22-1, and that would be a pretty generous each-way price, actually.
Yeah, great value. And I know I flew over with Jimmy, and he's very strong on her, and she looks a million. She's probably the second best looking in the ring, I thought, to See the Stars.
How important is the draw? See the Stars is going to be going into stall 6, Darragh coming out of stall 2, Yumzane out of 1. Do you have to be drawn low?
It really helps because you just jump and sit on them and you let the race
settled earlier, don't you?
Straight away. You don't have to jostle for position, especially with a filly. You don't like getting in an argy-bargy match early on, and he's near the rail and he's near Mick Canaan, so
makes the job easier for a jockey, doesn't it?
It sure does, Willie, it sure does.
Now, what about this fellow with the visor on today, Yumzane, your old friend?
A fabulous little horse, but I do think he runs better when the ground is soft. The way the races run, when they slow down at the end, he finishes better.
He likes to start going past horses, and he seems to give a little extra effort when he's going past horses.
Yeah, he rides like a handicap. You have to pass a couple, and then he gets momentum, and then he flies.
Yes.
This horse has certainly got a bit of class, Vision d'Etat.
Yes, this is a horse who, unfortunately, I like this horse a lot, because he showed a terrific turn of foot at Ascot this year, and his last race he ran in a fastest ground and he came back a bit stiff after the race. He's all right now, but having 2 races back to back on firm ground is not going to be to his favour.
Well, Jim mentioned how many rides Frankie Dettori has had in the Arc and what a great record he has in it. Cavalryman would need to improve, but this is a race that definitely suits 3-year-old colts. He's a 3-year-old colt. He's won also the Crucial Trial.
He has the Neil, and of course he's trained by a man who has trained 7 Arc de Triomphe winners, so he's got the right, he's coming out of the right stable, as it were. He's trained by the right man, he's got the right jockey on board, but he's one of those horses that has been gradually improving throughout the year. He hasn't really been star material. That could come.
Well, there are 4 or 5 left to go forward, and Jim McGrath, this is going to be a race I know you're going to enjoy hugely, as will everybody at home.
Indeed, Claire. There's Vision d'Etat. And See the Stars is going to start odds on here on the course. And of course with British bookmakers as well. The Bogbury, the Russian runner, going forward now. 4-5. See the Stars on the French Parimutuel. There's Cavalryman Frankie Dettori. But See the Stars has won 5 Group 1s on the trot. He's won a Group 1 in every month since May. Can he do it in October? Christophe Soumillon. There he is in the orange jacket, the spotted jacket of Staccolita. That's it, they're off and running in the Arc, and away to a good start too. And on the outside, Stasalita, one of the first away, Set Sail, going very fast in the early stages, and up there too is Dare Me and Vision d'Etat. Just in behind them is See the Stars, settles in a beautiful position, about 5th on the inside, one off the rail. Going forward now, Grand Ducal to put on pace. Further back is La Boom, and then on the outside is Cavalryman trying to get across. Further back in the field is Zane, followed then by Getaway, and back there is Berestam. Conduit is right there in the centre in the light jacket. Well back in the field too in the early stages. At this stage is Hot Six, followed then by Magadan, and See the Stars has just lost a little bit of ground there as they head down the side, and as they settle fully into stride, it's Grand Ducal who's out in front by 2 lengths to Stasalita, who's got over beautifully. In third is their Conduit the outside from Dare Me in the pink jacket the inside. Berestam is further back in the field, followed then in the centre by Fame and Glory. Conduit behind them, the light jacket, then See the Stars, yellow and purple right there bang in the centre, followed then by Getaway. Back in the field too at this stage, out wide is Magadan, giving them a long start, preceded by the Bogbury La Boom. Then Zane smothered up on the fence, but Set Sail with 6 furlongs to go is 4 or 5 lengths clear of the stablemate Grand Ducal. Then about 8 lengths to Stasalita, Dare Me. The outside Cavalryman has got over close, followed then by Vision d'Etat, and these leaders are getting right away from them as they pass the 1,000-metre mark, 5 furlongs from home. Further back is Berestam, followed in the centre by Fame and Glory and a nice posse. They're followed then by, back in the field at this stage, Conduit. See the Stars on the inside of runners, and about 6th of that group, that third group, followed further back in the field then by Hot Six and the Bogbury, giving them a long start. They race towards the turn in the arc, and the leaders are a long way clear. Set Sail, and also on the outside the other one, Grand Ducal. They're about 5 in front now of Stasalita. He's getting up on the inside on See the Stars. He's got 6 or 7 lengths to make up. He'll have to be a champion. Stasalita races into the lead now. 2 in front. He is a champion, I reckon. He's got the run now in the centre. He's out after the leader. He picks up Stasalita. He powers clear. See the Stars racing away. Perfection in equine form. A horse of a lifetime. He's just going to go on and win the arc by 2 lengths. Tight second. Cavalryman, Zane, Conduit out wide. Behind them, Dare Me, Stasalita. Further back then is Fame and Glory, followed then by Tanga Speed, and they were followed by Vision d'Etat, then La Boom, Magadan, then the Bogbury behind them. Getaway there, Berestan well back, Tullamore, then Grand Ducal and Set Sail and Steel Tango. But here they are crossing the line. See the Star as they come now, and we see the winner there. See the Stars. See the Stars pulling up there, and there they are. See the Stars. I said in the call he'd have to be a champion. He is. And Zane looks like he has been second for the 3rd time. Cavalryman on the inside. Near side is Conduit. That's your 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in 5 is Dare Me. Then further back in the purple cap is the Irish Derby winner, Fame and Glory. Had every chance to the turn, and they were followed then by, on the inside, Stasalita, and further back then is La Boom, followed further back by Magadan, Vision d'Etat, crossing the line quickly. There's Getaway, the Bogbury, there's Hot Six, Tullamore, and those leaders, those 2, Grand Ducal and Set Sail, they got so far ahead. But Mick Cannan, his 3rd Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe victory, and on a horse of a lifetime, a horse who had to make up his ground. He did it so quickly. See the Stars, a 6-4 on favourite, UK prices, and has paid 5-4 on the pari-mutuel. Second, Zane at 20-1. Third, Cavalryman at 12-1. What a race.
That is one of the greatest sporting performances in any field, in any part of the world that you will ever see. And Willie Carson there offering his congratulations to the Ox team, because it is the Chinese year of the Ox, but it is the year of See the Stars. What a performance. He pulled so hard early on. The pacemakers went so far clear, he lost his position, he had to angle out, he had to quicken, and we were watching it thinking, no way, this can't happen, no horse can do this. Look at this again. because that was just an extraordinary
Well,
performance.
I was very, very worried in the first 2 furlongs. Was after we'd gone a furlong up, you could see Mick Canaan was having, the old man, he was having trouble getting his horse back, getting him to settle. He's such a cold horse, yet when he jumps out of the stalls, he comes alive and he pulls. And I thought then that he was going to use up too much petrol, but Mick took him back, got him relaxed, and he was a little bit further back than possibly he wanted. But he's got so much ability, this horse could take the gaps when they appeared. And that is the secret why Mick has got to the front, because he's got so much petrol in the tank. A great, great horse we've just seen. Things haven't gone right for him, and he has still won the race.
Incredible. There's applause here in the paddock for Yumzain, who finishes second for the 3rd year in a row and runs another amazing race in the Arc. He saves his best form for here, but this is a complete superstar, and he has been handled with so much patience and so much excellence by John Ox, his trainer. Unbelievable, unbelievable to keep a horse on the go at Group 1 level and to keep improving, because I think that's an improved performance. There is John Ox now. He had to have been worried in the first one, as you
we
were.
all were worried. But
and you went over to offer your congratulations.
Kath,
yeah.
Oh, she's in tears.
Oh, brilliant.
That's Mick's wife. Well, I think Mick must be getting close to it now. Well, I'm a bit out of breath myself thinking about things. I don't think he hit him with a stick, did he?
He gave him a bell when he got to the front just to make sure, but what a nice school ride. Mick Canaan, you know, on the big day, he's absolutely brilliant. He was in a horrible position. He knew the pacemakers are coming back, and he just angled out in time.
Yes, he did hit him.
And he wasn't going away.
Oh, what a lovely horse. But there's this thing about him coming out the stalls and going like he attacks the race like a sprinter.
We can see the reaction here of John Ox. We saw the emotion that he feels for this horse and the piece that Rishi did with him. And he is, you know, he's not a man who jumps and shouts and gets excited, but my word, this means the world. This horse means the world to him.
Well, I think we've possibly seen one of the best horses ever to...
Possibly?
Well...
Take the possibly out. That's his owner, Christopher Choi. We may have seen the greatest ever. We've definitely seen one of the greatest.
And it's probably the best training performance ever. To keep this horse on the go all year, he said it's very hard for 3-year-olds from the spring right up until now to keep them sweet and happy.
Definitely,
and he's done a marvellous job.
That is a very proud man, happy man. There's an even happier person saluting the crowd, which is not in Mick's normal demeanour to do this sort of thing. He's very calm and when he wins big races, and he keeps his emotions to himself. But there you go, there's a little bit of a
relief.
Relief. There's the young owner, the 29-year-old, 27-year-old Mick Canaan showing his emotions. I love the comment from Mick Canaan when he said, when he first sat on this horse, I couldn't believe my luck that I was sitting on a horse as good as this in 49th year.
Well, let's hear from the winning trainer, John Ox, is with Rishi now.
John, how's your heart?
Still beating fairly slowly, I think.
What? You must be joking.
But it's just a great relief, you know. It's wonderful that it's over and that he's come through it. He had a nice position. He was always travelling strongly. He had to have the gears to get out. You know?
John, you're making it sound so easy, because I was watching with many experts, racing experts. They were going insane, saying, what's he going to do? How's he going to get out there? Everyone was panicking.
Yeah, well, you see, Mick wouldn't panic because this horse has the gears. You know, that's what any jockey will tell you. If the horse has the speed and the gears, he'll get himself out of trouble. So, you know, we were not too alarmed at any stage.
Racing legend.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Well done, John. Go and welcome him.
Thank you.
Yes, he is a racing legend. He goes into the Roll of Honour beside Rebo, Seabird, Dancing Brave, Mill Reef. A great performance by a super horse. There's Mick. And he's delighted. And he says, look at this horse. A wonderful performance. And the Irish flags. And what a scene. The relief on John Ox's face was very evident. He was saying that the weight of expectation and the huge responsibility have been weighing heavily, but today he can celebrate because this is the perfect result for a wonderful racehorse, a horse in a lifetime. Well, scenes not witnessed for decades here at Longchamp today. Mick Kinane in the yellow and purple colours of 27-year-old Christopher Choi, and there he is, the wonder horse. He is a true champion. 6 consecutive Group 1 wins. And there, Catherine Kinane rushes over. So too does Katrina Ox, wife of the trainer. Now, all he has to do is take that saddle off, get through the crowd, step onto the scales, and we have to see correct weight. It should be a formality.
Well, Gary and I are a bit dewy-eyed because I've never seen anything like it. Fantastic. See the Stars, 6-4 on favourite in the UK prices, 1.8, similar sort of price here on the French tote. Yumzane running a blinder to be second yet again at 20-1, and Cavalryman from a bad draw also running a great race at 12-1. But we've seen some fantastic horses. You've seen some fantastic horses in your time, but nothing like this,
It's
Gary.
the atmosphere. It's just unbelievable. It's taking it away. I think Mike Kinane had tears there in his eyes, and I think we did up here as well.
And quite a few of the punters are going to be going home with a lot of euros.
Not worried
in their
about
pocket.
the punters. What an horse. What a performance. Tremendous, Robert. Tremendous.
It was quite staggering.
Well, how much this man would love to be in there with all of them. But for the third year in a row, Mick Shannon has had to settle for second place. Another wonderful run from Yumzane.
Yeah, we're obviously delighted. You know, I'm delighted for everybody at West Ilsley and obviously Jabber, and you know, it was a good performance because he had a few little setbacks this year, but he seems in as good a form as ever. So very pleased, really.
And of the 3 that he's running, do you think this horse or Zakava or Dylan Thomas has been the best that's beaten him?
Well, they're 2 superstars, isn't it? This one especially, and Zakava last year. Obviously, Dylan Thomas wasn't very good, was he? I mean, I don't know. You don't very rarely get a soft arc, and you know, I mean, I think if Hughesy had been riding it, you'd have won.
Hughesy thinks that too.
No, but listen, you can only be pleased. I mean, yeah, we want to win, but as I said, I wanted to spoil the party. We nearly did.
You nearly did. We'll have another look at it because you've come through a lot of horses. You've come from a fair way back.
Kieran said to me he didn't think that, he said, where Mick went on See the Stars, he said he didn't think he'd get through. He said, I've had to come out. He said, I daren't follow him through. He was up his backside. But he got a great run through, didn't he? You know, I mean, and he's gone. I mean,
comes in between now Beheshton with the sheepskin noseband, and Cavalry is going to be Cavalryman there.
But our fellas, you know, run all the way to the line. But the winner's just quickened up real smart, didn't he? You know, from the furlong pole and put the race to bed. And you know, we're chasing, but he's run his race. Absolutely chuffed with him, really.
And he's earned what, 3 million now in prize money?
Yeah, you know, and he's no good. You know, I mean, it's a terrible thing, isn't it? You know, I mean, everyone says he's a bit of a rascal, but
no, he's a super rascal, that's for sure. Well done on finishing second. Let's talk to the winner, though. The winning jockey, Mick Kinane, is now with Rishi.
I'm going to ask him if his heart's beating at all, because you look very cool, Mick, and you had everyone panicked.
Yeah, I ended up in a sort of posse that maybe I didn't want to, but I didn't want to risk of firing him up. He was so well to be running 2 free, running 3rd, 4th or 5th, you know, so you know, they were going a nice enough pace. I knew I was going to have a little bit of luck in the straight no matter what happened, and But I knew I had the pace to get myself out anywhere I wanted to be.
And the home straight run was like going downhill skiing, the way you slithered him through everything.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal horse, you know. Phenomenal.
I'm going to let you weigh in and do everything you have to do and come back out. Well done. Well, he was clapped into this parade ring. He's been clapped out of it as well. This is like a jumping crowd. I've never seen this on a flat course before. Real appreciation for this horse, for what he's achieved, for his temperament, and for living up to the promise, living up to the billing today, because, you know, it's lucky he's a horse, not a person. He didn't have to read the headlines or see the television build up or know anything at all about it. He just went out there and did the thing he does. But it wasn't straightforward. It really wasn't. And Richard Hughes and Willie Carson can talk this through from a jockey's point of view.
Well, there you have him. He jumps out. Now, he's okay there. He's not pulling. He's relaxed. And there, he's just started to pull now.
Yeah, it looks like no one really wants to go on. Jimmy doesn't really want to go on. Murtagh really doesn't want to go on.
Went past him.
Yeah, and they've ignored the pacemaker, that's the problem. And all of a sudden now they get to the brow of the hill and the pace is slow up.
He's just started to take a pull now, and Mick's just saying, no, I don't want you to go. And of course he's resisting it. His head went up in the air, and he's sort of taken a little bit of time to get, you know, find his rhythm.
That's exactly right, and also there's horses going by him, and the jockeys have Mick tight, and they'll be brushing off him and banging him, and Mick is trying to settle him. Very difficult when they're going so slow.
Usually, in a race of this quality, if any horse pulls this hard early on, you can write off its chances.
Yeah, like, the first thing you want to do in any race is get rhythm and relax, and Mick is just on it. He can't get him to drop it, but he can't sacrifice his position. He needs to hold that rail.
And it was very interesting that Mick Kinnan never went onto the rail there. He always left a space up the inner because he was trying to keep his options open. But he's got him now, but he's still hard on the bright. Oh, he just had to come off heels there a little bit.
And how much are you looking at the colours in front of you, thinking, OK, that's Vision d'Etat, that's fine, Fame and Glory is there, I can see Conduit on my left, can't see Yumzane because he's behind me. You know, how much are you thinking, have I got horses that will stop in front of me, or have I got horses that will keep going?
You know exactly what will take you into the race, the 2-pole or 2.5 pole, get you there far enough. See Guillaume just trying to go up Mick's inner there.
And Mick said, I'm having that, you're not getting up there. And that just interfered with his rhythm. He's actually lost his rhythm, and he's had to go and get him now.
Yeah, he just switched around the two pacemakers there, and you can see Mick, he's just come alive under him now, and now all Mick has to do is keep him going and win the
But it's nice to be sitting on a horse. When a gap appears, you say go, and you get that instant acceleration. It's a lovely feeling.
Well, it's nice to have the horse to do it. The good ones do, and sometimes the gaps go quicker when you're on a slow one.
the gaps close before you can get there. But on this guy, the gaps will fill by him.
You could almost see the grimace on Mick Kinnan's face when he really asked him to go, when he had to get through that gap. Say, come on, now's the moment. You've pulled too hard. This hasn't been a great race. We haven't had it smooth, but now you've got to prove it. Are you the greatest I've ever sat on? Yes, you are. Go on.
Well, just look at that horse's eye. Look at his ears and his eye. He's looking back at the jockey, and he was there's champagne getting sprayed. Oh, it's in his eyes and his ears. It's in his hair. He doesn't mind, really. Dominic Burf, go on, Dominic, put it down him. Yeah, well done. He deserves it. As I was saying, back to the horse, he was looking round for the horses behind him, and he was slowing up. Yes, he's the man. As Mick is saying there, look at that finger pointing at him and saying, this is the best horse I've ever rode in my life.
Mick Kinnan got a shower of champagne. See the Stars gets a shower of water to cool him down. After that, he'll be back on the plane to Ireland, and next stop is California. He'll go to the Breeders' Cup, and that really would round off a sensational year. What a horse. Richard Hughes is looking at his watch because you've got a plane to catch, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much for your input. Just
Thank
one
you.
brief sentence. How would you sum that race up and that performance?
Every jockey, trainer and owner dreams for a horse like this to come along, and it's nice to see them win and not get beat.
Well, it's been lovely to hear from you, and we totally concur with that.
Thank you very much.
Extraordinary. Just an extraordinary race. Amazing climax to his career.
Yeah, amazing performance here. And there he is in the centre, those familiar yellow silks. And look at the power as he puts a space in them. Mick Kinnan being congratulated there by his old boss, Aidan O'Brien. And Ballydoyle have tried very hard to come up with a feasible challenger to this horse all year. And they've produced 3 cracking colts in Rip Van Winkle, Master Craftsman and Fame and Glory. And yet he's proven better than them every time. Look at him there. if I told you that that's the winner of the Cheltenham Gold Cup, you probably wouldn't disagree with me. Look at the hindquarters on him, and look at the temperament. Of course, he's just had a race, so he's entitled to be relaxed. But beforehand, in the parade ring, seeing him walk around there and seeing him in front of the stands where they're all cheering and roaring, and, you know, he was entitled to fizz over. He didn't do a thing. He was as cool as you've ever seen a horse. There's Mick. You probably want to drive the carriage. And there is the head-on now. And have a look at the power produced by this wonderful athlete. He's by Cape Cross, and he's out of Urban Sea. And now Urban Sea, she won this race in 1993. She was owned by Mr. and Mrs. David Choi, David and Ling Choi, and their son Christopher is the owner of this horse. And Mrs. Choi wanted to get Christopher involved in racing, so she thought she'd give him a horse and get him, see if he can get some interest in the game. Well, I think you can see he's got a wonderful horse to maintain his interest. This is truly the horse of a lifetime.
The most extraordinary day, the most extraordinary race. I've just had somebody who's travelled over from Ireland say to me he came specially for this, has never seen anything like it. And this horse, See the Stars, has completed the perfect six.
See the stars. See the Stars in front and is going away to win the Guineas. Feel the scars, healing me.
See the Stars is going to win the Guineas and Derby double.
Jolts my memory, fading far. See the Stars, he looks his old ally in the eye. Rip Van Winkle can't go with him. See the Stars will see him off again. Sky grabs for attention. See the Stars now launches his challenge on the outside. See the Stars draws alongside Master Craftsman, but See the Stars will win. I hear the song you wrote. This is See the Stars, and to a man, they get to their feet here at Leopardstown and cheering a champion. And I hear the song you wrote.
See the Stars racing away. Perfection in equine form. A horse of a lifetime. He's just going to go on and win the Arc by 2 legs.
And I see the stars.
And this is the scene now live at Longchamp as this amazing presentation is prepared. It happens out on the racecourse in front of the grandstand, and the winning jockey and trainer and owner are taken down by carriage. Christopher Choi there and Mick Kinnan, and it's a good show, this, it really is. It's a wonderful piece of theatre for the biggest days racing in Europe. Now, what was the reaction in terms of betting? How much was bet? How much was won and lost? Here is Robert and Gary.
Well, our pulse race is just about returning to normal. He's wowed everyone. He's taken England by storm, Ireland by storm, and then France here today. And he might be going to America. It would be great to take America by storm. And there's betting for the Breeders' Cup Classic with Corals. He's 5-4 on, 4-5 with Corals, 4-6 with Hills. But in running, were you always confident?
No, I wasn't, Robert. No, I just thought the horse got into so much trouble, but he did touch 2-1 in running. But the Irish bookies have been on. 2-1 in running. I think they're going to run out of Euros in Ireland. Everybody's on. What a performance and what a day. It's been tremendous.
It was absolutely staggering.
It was indeed. And there are the scenes. John Ox. And the man behind in the hat there is, they're just being congratulated, is Jean Lesbourd, trainer of Urban Sea, and a man who's given advice to the Choi family over many years. Christopher Choi's mother and father owned Urban Sea. And the only sad postscript to that story is that Urban Sea died when having a foal, I think either earlier this year or last year. There's Christopher Choi, the 27-year-old owner of this great racehorse, See the Stars, out of Urban Sea, who herself won the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, but not in quite as impressive style. And here he is, the Hong Kong businessman, holding the trophy on the impressive dais in front of the stands. And the photographers from all over the world capturing the images, sending them back. They'll be everywhere. John Ox, I was asking him earlier this year whether he was enjoying it, and I'd say he was very, very aware of the great weight of responsibility. Also, as the season wore on, the great expectation. There's Mick Kinane, 50 years of age. It was in April 2008 that he went to the Curragh one dark, dismal morning, and John Ox said to him, "Go over there, Mick. I'd like you to jump on that young horse over there." And he jumped on him. He said, "Who's this?" He said, "This is a half-brother to Galileo." And of course it was See the Stars. What a morning that was. Of course, Mick Kinane has ridden Galileo, he's ridden Rock of Gibraltar, he's ridden many, many good horses, and including a great one in Mongeur, but he rates this horse the best that he's ever ridden. And he's waited so long. There is the happy Irishman waving the flag, and the national anthem being played.
Well, as the Irish fans celebrate and the Irish flags are flown, we can just relive this moment once again, because this wasn't just the culmination of a stunning season, and there is still the Breeders' Cup to come. This was an amazingly eventful race. The manner in which he did it was exceptional.
Well, we got very worried because he pulled too hard after the pacemaker got slowly off, went rushing past Mick's horse. See the Star says, "Oh, you want me to go?" Starting to race the other horse, and of course Mick had a lot of trouble settling him. Then he stayed on the inside, and we all thought coming round into the straight he was going to have problems finding gaps.
Big runs from Yumzain, from Conduit, from Cavalryman and from Dar-Remy. They've all excelled themselves, but this horse is just way too good, Rishi.
The 6 horses behind him are all Group 1 winners at the highest order. This is the best horse I think we'll ever see. Nothing can come beat this.
Well, you never know. Yeah. Anything could happen in the future, but extraordinary. We've got Grand Prix Snooker coming up on BBC 2 next. The next racing that you will see is in 3 weeks' time. We'll be jumping, and that will be live from Aintree and from Chepstow. But this has just been an outstanding day of sport, an outstanding event. Has such a big feel to it from the people that have been here. Bo Derek, you know, even she would have been going, "I've never seen anything." That was a perfect 10. And we started the programme by talking about the stars in the night sky, the biggest and the brightest and the best. And See the Stars has lived up to the billing that we and everybody else gave him. It was an utterly amazing day. I will never forget this. And we talked about the great horses of the past. Rishi thinks we may never see a greater horse than this. And the question is, what about now? Right now, because we have seen it. And See the Stars is more than a superstar. We hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.